Right guys, I started an Instagram, follow me at Gold Ninja V Spot for the spiciest PvZ memes, channel updates and everything in between. Link will be in the description. Alright guys, I'm Gold Ninja Vlogspot and I don't really know why I'm wearing a killer shirt in this video. I've already got this djembe in the background though, so can't get any worse, right? So this video is on Garden Warfare 1 abilities. I was going to include the boss mode abilities, but the icons were all dodgy and stuff, so I didn't bother. I'm not really played boss mode enough to see anyway. I mean, you know that most of them would be in the bottom 2 tiers regardless, but still. So first of all, bottom tier of course, and yeah, Nugget Mine's in here because it's basically making an insta-kill into a non-instant kill, and the fact that you get more doesn't compensate for its flaws. I feel like maybe it could be useful in Ops, given that this game is more Ops oriented than Garden Warfare 2, but still I just don't think there's any real reason to use it over the regular mine. Apparently it detonates like as soon as you place it under them, but I've never really tried that, so... And it probably wouldn't change my mind on it anyway. And once again with Sprint Burrow at the bottom because, yeah, just don't. Like I said before, I'm not even sure if it actually works on this game. I mean, I've seen people get kills with it, so it might just be me, but I've never been able to like actually successfully swallow anyone with this. Super P-Jump. I thought that you had to do this to get in those high cliff camping spots in Port Scallowag, but turns out you can just do that with Reg Hyper. That's pretty much the only saving grace of Super P-Jump, I believe, so yeah, it's got to be in bottom. And now Cheesy Warp. I think this one's going to be a bit of a storm in a teacup because a lot of people miss this and say they wish it's in Garden Warfare 2. But the fact that you get only 1 instead of 2, just for the trade-off of doing a little bit of damage when you warp into them, which I find kind of hard to hit anyway, is not good at all. Especially when using characters that absolutely have to rely on getting up to them close, like Reg Scientist, Chemist, Dr. Chester. Yeah, I never really use it, and a massive step down from the other cheesy abilities for the Scientist. So now in the weak tier, first of all, Armored Heal Station. I was going to put this in bottom tier like I did in my Garden Warfare 2 tier list, but I thought about it this way. If you were like almost dying and you saw this Armored Heal Station lying there that someone else placed, would you use it? Because the answer should be yes, because surely you want to heal, right? And since you can't heal to full health in this game, I think it could still be of some use. I mean, if that's the only thing there, you definitely heal with it, so yeah. I put Cheesy Goop here as well, which is ironic given that it's technically the strongest goop. But since Goop recharges so disgustingly quickly on Garden Warfare 1, I think it's only about 5 seconds. Doubling that time just to like do a bit more damage is not really a good trade-off. Because you don't really kill people with Goop. I know this one does like, I think 35 damage or something. So if you absolutely have to snipe someone, it could do the trick, but I think regular Goop is better to use. At least Super Sticky Goop sticks them in place so they can't move. Dark Flower's another one that I consider weak on this in Garden Warfare 2. I'm pretty sure it's got the same stats and all that, but I put it here just because you don't really get any credit if it gets the kill for you. All you get is a Potter Plant Vanquish. Well, on Garden Warfare 2, you get bonus XP for Dark Flower Vanquish, and you can possibly get shards off it, so... there it's actually useful. Here, not really. Especially because you are losing the ability to heal yourself. And yeah, Long Bomb hates to do it because it's a lot of fun, but it's not really good. And the Tool Nut, I thought putting it at the bottom of my Garden Warfare 2 one was a bit harsh. I feel like overall this has a lot more areas you can actually use it to cut zombies off and disguise potato mines. And in pretty much all the objectives at the end of Guns and Graveyards, it's useful. So I decided to move up 1 tier, still in weak, but I don't really see how I could go any higher than that. And now we head over to the OK tier. The only ones I really need to explain here are the last 4. Spiky Spikeweed and Chesterweed. I do think Spikeweeds in general are worse in this game. You can't just like plant them at your feet in order to trap them. It's got a cooldown, so it's kind of like a potato mine. And these ones I do think are a little worse than the regular one, just because you only get 2 of them instead of 3. And they deal more damage though, at least. So that's something got going for them. As for Chesterweed, if I remember right, the gimmick is that zombies trapped in it are swallowed faster. But since it's harder to trap zombies in it on this game, I don't really see that as a good payoff. And of course, since it's orange, it doesn't camouflage well, which personally I've never really had an issue with. Sonic Mine I think is a lot worse than the regular one, due to its trap style nature not being as good as just being able to throw it. Although you do get 3, and it is good for defending teleporters. Heal Bomb. Once again, I know lots of people like this prefer it over the balls, but I do personally like being able to have a secondary attack for the Scientist. And the heal stations are so good that it's not really a necessity. Although I suppose if they've blown up or been destroyed and you absolutely need to heal, it's a good option. And like I said, since you don't regenerate full health in this game, it's a bit better. But overall, I just prefer the sticky balls. Next up, we have the good tier. So here we start getting to the, well, good ones, as the subheading would probably suggest. I put both the garlic drones up here. Artichoke I don't think is nearly as bad as everyone thinks it is. I'm not sure if I would give it the edge over the regular one. Probably not. Although I do like being able to just swarm around people. tank a few hits and be able to drop corners on them constantly. Although, then again, the regular drone does more damage and his ability is better for hull clearing, so I think they're both usable. Energy Warp, I can't remember where I actually ranked this on my Garden Warfare 2 tier list. It was either good or okay. I was actually considering this top tier at one point just because of how good of a cheese it is for Walnut Hills. But at the end there, I think it restricts you a lot more than the regular Warp. You only have one, takes a while to recharge. And especially with close range scientists, I think Warp is pretty vital. And the Gatlings also are pretty sure are buffed in the second game, especially the regular one. Just more accurate there, it gets more armor. They're still usable in this game, but compared to Garden Warfare 2, not so much. Also, especially due to the meta game, most of the zombies play soldiers, so it can be pretty difficult to get kills with it without getting taken out instantly. Both jackhammers are on the same tier here. I'm pretty sure I put Turbo ahead of the regular one on my other list, because they buffed Turbo, so I think you can travel further with it. Regular drone is only here just because it's outclassed by the rocket drone, and I do still think the sunbeams are equally as good as each other. Do you want to pull on the hit on one tough target or be able to take out quite a few targets? I think in general I'm a bit more secure with a regular sunbeam as you can afford to miss more shots with that than the solar flare beam, but I'd say both of them are equally as good as each other. The same for these first ones in the great tier, so let's go through those. Sombrero beam bombs and tackles. I do think Ultra is better than Sprint. I know a lot of people will use a recharge excuse, but Ultra's does more damage and travels a bit further, so you can take out more once you're in a line kind of thing. The beam bombs, I still can't really come to a decision which one I like better. The Reg Station, should I drop it a tier just because of how the Cheetah one outclasses it? In fact, yeah, I probably will. I mean, it's still really good. It does a job well. Cheetah one just absolutely craps on it. It heals extremely fast. You can pretty much use it as a tank if the person you're facing doesn't have a high enough DPS. Obviously, it blows up a bit quicker, but who cares? Super Sticky Goop can situationally be better than the regular Goop. I think there are certain chumps where I do prefer to use this. Armour just because it's so slow, so you can't need to stick them in place. And Hot Rod and Count because you can't need to get around them to activate their gimmicks. But in most others I'd use the regular Goop. Rocket Jump and Rocket Leap are both here. Rocket Jump goes higher on this game, so it's probably better than it is on the second one, and isn't really outclassed by Rocket Leap as much. I think it does depend on which one you're using though. And now we go with top tier. Yep, I've got the 3 scientist abilities here. The first one I've been through already. Obviously, Cheetah's amazing. Just looks a bit dumb with its stupid cheetah head. And Warp, of course, like the ultimate tool for scientists. And the Sticky Cheetah Ball is a direct upgrade of the regular one, I think, because it does more damage. The fact that they can't be thrown as far has never really bothered me at all. And while it is bright and doesn't blend in well with maps, due to that sort of being the old play for Garden Warfare 1, I don't think that's enough of a reason to move it down from the regular ball. Goop and Burrow have led to so many broken controllers over the years. The 3 healing tools of Sunflower must be on because there's no real disadvantage to them. Rainbow Heal Flower's not a thing on this, so the regular one's not outclassed. Impulse might as well just be the primary weapon for all stars. And of course Rocket Drone is here as well, because it's stupid how good this is compared to the Artichoke Drone. I don't know why they made that one a bit weaker than the regular one, but gave the Rocket Drone a big laser. You can actually batter people with them. And of course got the same airstrike as the Artichoke. But yeah, the laser's like always been really good in my opinion. It's a lot more accurate than any of the drones. Yeah, I think this one deserves top tier. Alright, that is my tier list. What did you think? Any other tier lists you want me to make? I'm Golden Ninja Vlogspot. Please check out my Garden Warfare 2 tier lists. Bye.